The following presentation of Columbia Cougars Athletics,
transmitting over the air,
is a production of Columbia Cougars Athletics Department. Welcome to ColumbiaCougars.com, your home for Columbia Cougars Athletics. And now, Columbia Cougars action.
An 8-2 loss last week, but the Columbia College Cougars look to take on the number 2 team in the country in Indiana Tech as the Warriors have their first game of 2020. Hello everyone and welcome to our Marvin Owens Field. My name is James Stanley with you here today on the call for Columbia College Lacrosse. The Indiana Tech Warriors come in. They lead the series all-time 2-0. Columbia College has never beat the Warriors, but if there's going to be a day for the Cougars to do it, it will be today as they are receiving votes in that top 10 NAIA poll, as well as Indiana Tech coming in ranked second. We already talked with head coach Ian Wolfe earlier, and here's what he had to say about his team's last performance. They will continue with Evan Richardson in the goal.
Good fight on our part. I think that what we were unable to do on the field, we tried to make up for in effort, and I think that showed, especially on the defensive side. Our goalie absolutely stood on his head. 19 saves, 8 goals against, pretty good ratio. I think he saw 57 shots throughout the game, something like that. So, yeah, you hope for a better result on the offensive side, but all in all, you can't be displeased. A lot of things to learn and grow from. I think that we are going to ride the hot hand with Evan this week, going into Saturday, but we've been known to change it up. We're pretty confident in all three of them to be able to come out and do whatever we want. We kind of do it non-traditionally, where we'll basically pick whoever was playing the best that week, and I think that our defense responds well to that because they have a lot of trust in all three of those guys too. Go and play our game is what the message has been all week, really. We try not to focus too much on what they're going to do. We'll give them proper personnel and just a general game plan, but really we've got a talented enough team that I think that if we can step out there and play the way that we know how and be consistent with the ball, we can take just about anybody. Parrott had a great year last year. Doran had a really good year last year. They were both freshmen. I think they're both kind of emerging as offensive leaders for us. I think that they both have two very separate styles of play, but they feed off of each other really, really well. Like they coordinate with one another very well. So Doran's lone assist went to Parrott during the game. They just seem to be in sync, and I think that them being in sync has really helped the offense kind of find a nice groove, rhythm throughout the last couple of weeks as we kind of move into Saturday here.
With those great performances last week out of Richardson, Doran, as well as Parrott, we'll have to see some great defensive play if Columbia College wants to knock off the number 2 team in the country. The Cougars do come in receiving votes, but Indiana Tech is that number 2 team in the country, and here is your NAIA Coaches Poll top 10. As you can see in the rankings, Indiana Tech also up the top. Benedictine after that loss to Rockhurst at the beginning of the month where they got absolutely blown out by the Hawks. They dropped to 7th, and there's 2 teams currently tied in that 10th place spot. But for Columbia College, they are receiving votes. They're part of this KCAC team, or rather this KCAC conference that has produced some of the top 10 teams in the NAIA. And as it continues to sit for Ian Wolfe, he's produced a pretty good squad here at Columbia College, and it's just going to get tougher and tougher as the season goes on. But right now, the task is to take on Indiana Tech today, the number 2 team in the country. That's going to wrap it up for pregame here at Columbia College. We'll be right back after this. Today's game is presented by La Siesta. We'll have the starting lineups and more after this on the Columbia College Cougars Athletic Network.